Now, you might not be able to tell it, but this bag of bricks is the original Jango Fett Slave 1, released all the way back in 2001. In honor of the UCS set that came out on May the 4th, and the fact that I'd finally got all the pieces needed to rebuild this, and the fact that I haven't done a rebuild video in a while, I thought I would put together Jango Fett's original ride. So, let's go ahead and dump it out and build it. And here we have the original 2002 Jango Fett Slave 1. And this set was a landmark set at the time. One, it was a vast improvement over the Boba Fett Slave 1 that came out just a couple years prior. That one was definitely smaller and a little bit blockier than this version that we have before us. That did a better job of capturing the curves of Jango's spaceship, but not quite perfectly. Still, definitely gives it a more rounded shape than what Boba's ship ended up getting. Jango wouldn't get a new minifigure until over 10 years later, when he was released with a new version that came out in the 2013 Corporate Alliance Tank Droid set. After that, he appeared in a 2017 set, a Advent Calendar, and just recently this year in the Ultimate Collector Series Jango Fett Starfighter set. Other than the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid set, all of those sets featured a young Boba Fett, including this one, which is his very first appearance in young clone form. Now, as far as the ship itself, it's got a lot of play features. You've got the rotating cockpit, rotating guns, pop-out missile launchers, several storage compartments, including one attached via magnet on the bottom, back when LEGO still had magnets in their sets. I think they do make a rare appearance in some trains, but otherwise, LEGO's kind of phased them out due to safety concerns. Somehow, kids figure out a way to choke on them. The one play feature I'm not really a fan of is this one where you drop the bombs, you have to flip up this part, and there they all go. It's just kind of a weird mechanism. I feel like they could have figured out something better than lifting up this ramp part. The top of the ramp is also completely open. There's no hatch or anything to open or close here, so they're just open to the vacuum of space from the cockpit, which is kind of weak design. I would have figured that some kind of, trapdoor would have been an easy add-on to that and would have only been a couple more pieces. So, due to the age of this set, the rarity of the Jango Fett figure, and the fact that this was the only version of Jango Fett Slave 1 until this year, this set does fetch a pretty high markup on the aftermarket. So, now that we've got the UCS set, is this one still worth the $400+ that it goes for on the aftermarket? I'm hesitant to say. It is got a little bit of a sense of nostalgia if it's something you grew up with looking in the catalogs at, and the fact that this is the only version of Jango that exists. It's definitely something collectors will chase and hopefully one day get. I was lucky enough to get in a bundle with a bunch of other sets, so thankfully I didn't have to pay some exorbitant amount of aftermarket prices for it. Otherwise, I don't think I ever would have dropped the cash to actually own one, so really, it's up to you. Is it something you absolutely need to finish off your collection? Then it's not bad. As far as vintage Star Wars sets go, this is definitely one of the better ones. It holds up fairly well. It's not as blocky as some of the original Wave sets, and doesn't look too bad next to some of the improved Boba Fett slave ones that came out a few years afterwards. It's a little bit small compared to those, but still nice. So if you're lucky enough to find it for a low price, go ahead and grab it. I think it is a well done piece of Lego history, and anyone who's lucky enough to have it in their collection should do their best to, preserve it and hopefully hang on to it for as long as they can. Alright, that's it for this rebuild. Here's your clue at the next unboxing video. Leave a guess what you think it is in the comments below. Until then, stay safe, happy hunting.